Hey guys, and welcome to your Smackdown review, starring me, AzzGeek. And before I start this review, please feel free to subscribe up above, give this video a like, and also share your thoughts in that comment section down below. And I also want to mention, feel free to add me on Skype. My name is AzzGeek, and it's just AzzGeek, my name, really. I'll put that in the comment section down below as well for you guys. So, this is your Smackdown review. Right. So, we have Sheamus, who opens up the show first, and basically, he just talks about Triple H. And I'm just sitting there thinking, why are you talking about Triple H? You should be talking about, your match at Night of Champions, hyping up that. But no, he just talks about Triple H. And we have Damien Sandow, who interrupts. Quite surprising, Damien Sandow. I thought, they might have a confrontation a bit later on in the year, maybe even next year. I didn't think it was going to be this soon with the World Heavyweight Championship. But, yeah, Damien Sandow comes down. And then he's just basically reminds us of Raw 1000 for when D-Generation X pretty much owned Damien Sandow. So it was nice to, relive that moment. And then we have Sheamus, who's like, he basically just wants to be in the ring. He wants Sheamus wants Damien Sandow to get in the ring with him and just say it to his face. You got Damien Sandow then going, you're unworthy, so I deem it as unworthy, and I don't want to do it, basically. And then you have Booker T comes down and announces that later tonight we'll have Damien Sandow versus Sheamus. So, I was really looking forward to that, I really was. I didn't think this was going to be happening this soon. I thought it was going to be later on, like I've said. So we then come to our first match of the night, which features Cody Rhodes versus Rey Mysterio. And right here is typical WWE booking. Now, we saw this match last year on 2 pay-per-views, okay? We saw it at WrestleMania, not to mention that it's the biggest event for WWE in the year, okay? And then we have Extreme Rules as well. And now we're getting on free TV. And in a way, it kind of frustrates me because, I'm giving money out to buy that, to watch that match, and then you just get on free TV next year. I see what they're doing with it, it does make sense, this match, obviously, because we have Sin Cara and Cody Rhodes feud, but then you have Rey Mysterio, he's in it, and he's helping out Sin Cara, so it makes sense. But I just want to put it out there that we're getting on free TV, and we had this last year twice at pay-per-views, yeah? We have to pay for. And it just kind of frustrates me. And probably a lot of fans as well who paid their money, and dedicated to the product, and then we get it on free TV. It's kind of a kick in the face at times. But anyway, the match obviously was good because we know Cody Rhodes and Rey Mysterio have good chemistry together. They're good in ring as well. But we have Rey Mysterio who gets the win, fair enough. But what happened afterwards, I wasn't really satisfied, to say the least. Cody Rhodes then attacks Rey Mysterio, which I liked, doing something on Smackdown a little bit interesting. And you have Cody Rhodes then tries to take the mask off Rey Mysterio. And I just saw what was going to happen, because you have Sin Cara who comes running down. But then helps out Rey Mysterio, attacks Cody Rhodes, and then you have Rey Mysterio who connects the 619 on Cody Rhodes. And you have Sin Cara gets a mask, a replica of his own, by the way, and puts it over Cody Rhodes. I don't know. For me, because I'm a Cody Rhodes fan, it doesn't really appeal to me. I kind of want Cody Rhodes to be pushed. It just looks like he's being down pushed at the minute, because, when he was in the Continental Championship, he was getting a push, and now he's just going down to Sin Cara level. The mid-card, low mid-card, I'd say. And that's with Sin Cara feud at the minute. But yeah, I suppose it's good in a way that Rey Mysterio's kind of in that feud as well, because he's a big name for the company, and he can probably put guys over. I mean, last year he put Cody Rhodes over at WrestleMania. But anyway, we'll find out more on SmackDown or Raw, probably, won't we, next week. So after that, we have a Divas match. Yes, a bit fresh, but we have Caitlyn versus Natalya, and we have Eve join commentary. Now, we didn't see any entrances for Caitlyn or Natalya, and it just kind of just says, screw the Divas, they're not significant at all, are they? But we do have an entrance for Eve, and she joins commentary. The match, in a way, was okay. It's just one of those Divas matches. You got Michael Cole and Eve, they're not even talking about the rest of the match, it's just talking about other crap. And then Obviously, we have Caitlyn who gets the win, and it's just a cheap win, roll-up pin, and it's just, it annoys me in a way, because I kind of want the Divas to make an impact in the Divas division, you know, on the WWE. Yeah, I just thought that maybe Caitlyn could have done some big move, like a finisher, to get the win, but she just gets a cheap roll-up victory, and it just puts a stamp on the Divas and how they get their victories. You know, it's always a cheap roll-up pin or cheap crap here, and it just sucks. It really does suck. I'm behind the Divas, I really am. But this is, I just didn't like how they finished it. With Caitlyn being against all these Divas, you know, got Natalia's from the Heart Foundation. You know, she's being put on this show, and it kind of makes her significant in a way, you know. So I'm happy for that as well. You know, building up the match at Night of Champions, Caitlyn and Natalya, Caitlyn and Layla. Sad to see Layla wasn't on the show. She probably should have been, you know, hype up their match at Night of Champions. But anyway, our next segment, shall we say, we have Matt Striker, who interviews Booker T. I got an itch in my eye. Sorry about this, guys. We have Matt Striker, who interviews Booker T. He's just gone now. And then basically Matt Striker saying about AJ, and then you got Booker T. Basically he says, I think AJ went out of line here, and I'm thinking, whoa. Something just sparked in my head, in my mind, rather. And I thought maybe at Survivor Series, maybe we'll see a Team Booker versus Team AJ, because that AJ's come back. And maybe they'll have a match at a Team Booker T and Team AJ at Survivor Series. I thought that'd be quite interesting, you know, because AJ's she's doing all the wrong things. She attacked Vicky Guerrero, and we also find out later on in the segment that Vicky Guerrero comes in and basically says, she's spoken to the board of directors, and if they don't take action, I will. Now I'm just thinking, maybe it's a SmackDown versus Raw. Obviously we get these all the time at Survivor Series, but yeah, it haven't happened for those a while, haven't we? Because last year we had Randy Orton versus Team Orton versus Team Barrett, so it wasn't a Raw versus SmackDown. So hopefully at Survivor Series this year, we're going to have a Raw versus SmackDown, Team Booker versus Team AJ. I'd really like to see that. I really would. It'd make me buy the product anyway. It would make me buy that pay-per-view. Also, as well, we do have Survivor Series coming up, so, you know, they need to hype it up a little, maybe show some teases, I don't know. I just thought this segment did, in a way, for me, in my opinion, okay, that's my opinion. Anyway, after that we have Sheamus versus Damien Sandow. And that's our martyr, by the way. And this match, you know, I really did enjoy this match. I will say I did enjoy it, because we have Damien Sandow. He's always, you know, he's his own character in the ring and outside the ring. I mean, you've got he pretty much just flees all the time. You know, goes out the ring, goes through the ropes, and he actually says to the ref, you know, do your job, you ref, do your job. And it's really nice to see for Damien Sandow. You know, it establishes his character, and I really do enjoy his character. I really do. Really like the guy. I'm really behind him. And in the match as well, we don't have Sheamus, you know, putting all the offense on Damien Sandow. We have Damien Sandow, you know, putting some offense on Sheamus, and I really did like that. You know, it wasn't all Sheamus. A bit of Damien Sandow as well, making him look strong too. But in the end, we have Sheamus is pretty much battering, shall we say, Damien Sandow. Yeah, Damien Sandow is like, no, screw this, I'm running off, I'm going to run off. And it was just really good to see in a way, because I was really fearing that Sheamus would just do the bro kick, 1, 2, 3 and that's it, because I'd be really unhappy with that result. So I was glad to see that it wasn't really a win. Obviously it was a win, but in Damien Sandow's eyes, Sheamus was unworthy, so he fled. So we then come to a tag team match. And it was nice to see that the tag teams, you know, they were televised on this week's Raw, Smackdown, sorry. It would be nice if they do it on Raw too, wouldn't it? But anyway, Primetime Players versus Justin Gabriel and Tyson Kidd. Now, what I like about this, all these unused talents, they're going to be getting used, hopefully now, with all the 3-hour edition of Raw. And with the tag teams, I do feel like last week we had those 4 tag teams, the Usos, Primetime we had 5 actually, I think. Primetime players, wait there. Primetime players, Kofi Kingston, R-Truth, Tyson Kidd and Justin Gabriel, Primo and Epico, the Usos. So we have, yeah. And it was nice to see that they're going to be televised a bit more now, because we did have a tout from the Usos, which was really good to see in a way, you know, using that social media. I'm not a big fan of it, but at least they're televising these tag teams. The match itself was pretty good. Good work from Darren Young and Justin Gabriel, their chemistry. I really enjoy that, especially the finisher as well. But we have the primetime players who were victorious in this match. You know, it's nice to see they're still, you know, getting a bit of a push without AW. I know I know he's gone and it's put a bit of a hole in their tag team, but they have good chemistry. I'm a strong believer, and they can do it themselves because they are a good tag team. They've got good chemistry. A lot of heat on them. Well, not want to say a lot, but fans boo him. I like that, you know, obviously because they're a heel tag team. The only thing from WWE now is to actually make the WWE tag team division significant and actually televise them on each brand, Raw and SmackDown. Okay, just please make them significant. Use the talent you have, okay, because we need to look into the future, not just Randy Orton and John Cena. We'll get to that later in the show as well. Anyway, after that we have an interview with Alberto Del Rio, and Josh Matthews hosted it. The interview was pretty much crap, but anyway, basically what happens is Alberto Del Rio just reminds us of last week, making Randy Orton tap like that in a way, you know, reminding us he actually made someone quite big in the company tap out, so that's good, making him look strong. We then see Del Rio, it's just about to attack Josh Matthews, but then what happens is the big red monster, Kane himself, comes down. We have Del Rio flees, Josh Matthews flees, and I really do like this because it shows that Kane is the monster. People fear him. Really good to see. You have Kane comes down, and he's been told by his anger management class that he has to apologise to Josh Matthews from last week's actions. So he apologises, and you can tell how he says it, you know, he doesn't really mean it. He's been asked to do it. He doesn't really want to do it because he's the monster. We also do find out this later that he doesn't mean it, because what happens is you have Teddy Long. He comes down and then basically announces that Del Rio will be against Kane. And wait there, before I say anything, I just have to ask myself rather, why didn't Booker T just come down and announce it? Sorry, but I do like Teddy Long, but why is he's not the general manager, he's not in charge, why is he coming down? You need to televise Booker T a little bit more, because on Raw you have AJ this, AJ that, AJ this, AJ that. She's announcing everything, which is good, in a way, yes. So we need Booker T to, you know, make his stamp in the SmackDown, you know, show he is the general manager. He's in charge. And this just failed for me. It really did. But you have Kane who attacks Josh Matthews. Whoa. Rewind, Aaron, rewind. You're going too far. Anyway, we have the match. And Ricardo basically distracts Kane, and Del Rio applies the backbreaker on Kane, gets the 3 count. And I'm just thinking this was a cheap way, really cheap way to get over Kane, in my opinion, because you have Kane, the big red monster. It was just a backbreaker and gets the win. It really fell flat for me, and it was really cheap. It really was. But at least I don't even know who should have won this, but maybe Kane should have. I don't know. Sheamus comes in, Del Rio attacks him, DQ or something like that. But I thought it was just really cheap, in my opinion. It was just a bad way to end the match. But what we have then is Kane. He gets a little bit angry, goes out and chokeslams. Well, he gets Josh Matthews to go in the ring and chokeslams Josh Matthews. Really nice to see, you know, Kane is the monster who he is. Make him that monster. Don't make him into a baby face, because it doesn't work. WWE really doesn't. Have him teaming up with Zack Ryder, it doesn't work. Anyway, after that we have our main event, which is Dolph Ziggler and Randy Orton. Actually, before I go into this match, go back to the Kane segment. Sorry about this. I this Josh Matthews, maybe he'll be next week on Raw. You know, the anger management classes segments. Maybe Josh Matthews will be featured on them. It's just an option for WWE. It's just a thought. But anyway, main event: Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler. Oh dearie me, oh dearie me. Oh really? This really. You know, going into this, I'm thinking Dolph Ziggler needs to win. You know, Randy Orton needs to put him over. It just doesn't happen. It doesn't happen. Randy Orton gets the win. Why? Why did Randy Orton feel the need that he needs to win? Why did WWE book this for Randy Orton to win? What does this do for the future of Randy Orton? Not much. What does it do for the future of Dolph Ziggler? Quite a lot. You know, you need to build the superstar up. You need to build Dolph Ziggler up, basically. He's the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. You need to build him up, because he's the future World Heavyweight Championship. That Money in the Bank symbolises, like I've said before, symbolises the World Heavyweight Championship. You need to make him look strong, going into that, making him a legit opponent, making him a legit holder for the World Heavyweight Championship. And, you know, him getting over Chris Jericho, fantastic. You know, really building him up. Really building him up. And you get Randy Orton, he just buries him. It just frustrates me. It really frustrates me, because this does nothing for Randy Orton. It just pulls Dolph Ziggler down. You know, if you had Dolph Ziggler win, builds him up, what does it do for Randy Orton? Not that much, you know. Randy Orton's not, you know, in a big feud at the minute. You know, he doesn't need to make a name for himself. Dolph Ziggler does, because he's the Money in the Bank briefcase holder. And I keep saying them lines really wrong, and I don't know why, because I'm frustrated. That's probably why. But Dolph Ziggler should have got the win. And to lose clean, it just does nothing. It just nothing. It just pulls Dolph Ziggler down. It just frustrates me. Vicky Guerrero, she didn't do anything as well. And there's also rumours that Ric Flair might be returning to WWE and being the manager of Dolph Ziggler. In my opinion, that would be quite a good option, in my opinion. It really would, because you have Ric Flair, he's a big name. He draws, you know, he really does. And he'd be a really good manager for the show off Dolph Ziggler. And I've got that itch coming back. And hopefully they'll be able to put, he really build Dolph Ziggler up, you know, make him a star. You know, he could be alongside with a very big name. Okay, been in the wrestling business for 30 years. Over 30. But this is just bad. This was really bad, having Randy Orton win. Really was. And I just want to go to TNA. You look at TNA, okay? You look at TNA. Go back to Destination X. You have Austin Aries win. He was the X Division champion, and now he's the TNA World Heavyweight Champion. TNA took a chance, took an opportunity. You know, they saw that opportunity and they took it. And look how it's done. Look how it's delivered now. Really, really good. You know, Austin Aries. You know, he's made a name for himself now. You know, beating all these, being the world TNA champion. It just. You have TNA doing all these chances, they're taking all these opportunities, and they're really, really applying these successfully and effectively. You know, with Bound for Glory series as well, not to mention. But you know, they took a chance with Austin Aries, you know, and they just for the WWE, you just got like Dolph Ziggler. You know, they're not going to take a chance on him. Well, they do take a chance on him, but then you have Randy Orton just buries him. I'll stop there with that now. It just annoys me. That's all. I don't see why Randy Orton got the win in this. It doesn't make sense. If you had Dolph Ziggler, it would make sense, okay? And I think I've been ranting on about this a little bit too much now, so I'll stop. Sorry guys about that, but that has been your SmackDown review. I hope you enjoyed. Remember to subscribe, like, and also share your thoughts down below in that comment section. And also, add me on Skype. I'm free, okay? I'll be more than happy to speak to you guys. You know, the guys out there who watch wrestling, you know, really would like a discussion. Feel free. More than happy. But anyway, that's been your SmackDown review. Until next time, guys. See ya.